Okay, good afternoon everyone. Here we are again. We're just here to talk about an event that occurred last night. Emergency services responded to a collision between a car and a motorcycle on a bridge road near Williams Road at about midday, 12:45 p.m. yesterday. The motorcycle burst into flames at the scene. The young rider was revived, taken to hospital where he later died. The driver of the other vehicle was also taken to hospital where they are recovering from their injuries. There have been 11 lives lost so far this year. 5 of those have been motorcycles, all of which have been in the prime of their lives. These recent events are a stark reminder of the importance of riding safely. Motorcycles are a dangerous form of transport. There's low visibility, there is minimal protection from the road. And if you are travelling at speed, any error that is made, that being yours or anybody else's, will result in either death or a life-altering injury. South Australian Police are committed to improving road safety and to reduce these deaths and serious crashes on our road. In November, we launched the There Is a Lot Riding on This campaign, which was shot and edited here in South Australia. It specifically focused on the importance of motorcycle safety, but at the end of the day, we can only do so much. We repeatedly stand here, you've seen me here on many occasions, talking about the dangers that are involved and talking about the lives lost, talking about the members of our families that won't return home, talking about the brothers and sisters who will no longer have members of their families, talking about the husbands and wives who will no longer have their children. We can only do so much. We need to address the attitudes towards motorcycle riding and towards road safety in general. We need every single road user to start taking responsibility for their actions. Share the road. Let people merge. Be respectful and remember that speed limits are there for a reason. And again, we ask you, it's not only up to us, we need your help. We need you to go home and have the conversations with your family, with your kids, with your parents, with your husbands and wives. Talk about this. Talk about the difference that your decisions can make, both on yourselves and everybody else around you. Motorcyclists need to remember that they should ride to return. They are valuable parts of people's lives. And if you're behind the wheel of a car or a truck or any other type of vehicle, then you need to be looking out for motorcyclists, looking out for cyclists, looking out for pedestrians, looking out. There is no excuse for driving distracted. We need to address the loss of lives and we need to work together to bring down this road toll. Is there any questions?
I'm not sure whether you're aware, but the aftermath, the immediate aftermath of the crash was live streamed to a social media, a very popular social media site. I suppose, what's your reaction to that, given the sensitivity of the circumstances? Is that legal?
I'm unaware of that. I was told about that about 1 minute before walking in here. So in terms of the legality and any true comment on that, I can't make it as I haven't seen what is in that footage. I expect that it is horrific if it is the immediate aftermath of what has happened on this occasion. It would be horrific for the family to be able to see that, to see what these people were going through at the time of that occurring. It might open the eyes of some as to what occurs and be part of that conversation. But in terms of the legality and SAPOL's comment on it, as I said, I haven't seen it, so that I cannot make.
It's sensitive though. I imagine it's not something that you would encourage people to do.
I've never encouraged somebody to do that. If you've got time to live stream it, you've got time to help.
What would have the scene been like when officers arrived yesterday?
Those scenes are horrific. They're horrific for the officers involved. They're horrific I feel, for the people who were there at the time of it occurring. You know, these are everyday citizens who are not trained necessarily in giving mouth to mouth or dealing with these sorts of incidents, and they're having to deal with this unfolding in front of them. So when you talk about the lives that this sort of thing impacts, it's not just the lives of the families, the friends and the police involved, it's the public as well, the people that have had to stop and help in this time of crisis.
At this point, do you know if speed was a factor? The CCTV showed that it looked like he was kind of speeding along. How far along that is?
The investigation is still very raw and very fresh. I won't comment on that, but as I said before, if you are on a motorbike and you are travelling at speed and any error is made, you will not survive, and if you do, it will be a life-altering injury that has occurred.
Is it sinking particularly to young riders? Obviously, are they getting the message?
Well, the fact that I'm standing here tells you that I don't necessarily believe that they are. And that's why I call for the conversation to be had at the dinner table. I call for parents to talk to their kids. I call for brothers and sisters to talk to their friends. I call for people out there to call out their own friends' poor behaviour, because it's only then that people will really start to listen.
If this is something that's showing up on Twitch, is that the sort of platform police need to spread their road safety campaign?
That'll be something that we'll look at. As I said, I haven't had a chance to see that yet, so I won't make comment on that at this stage.
Some of the nearby neighbours are saying Bridge Road is a bit of a notorious stretch for speeding along. Have you guys noticed anything?
I haven't got any of those numbers or statistics on me at the moment. It is something that we look at, and we then will put things like our speed cameras and stuff like that in those notorious sections of roads. So we do actively look at that.
Would something like this prompt a speed camera?
Generally, something like this, if speed is a factor, then it would prompt action like that, yes.
Last question. I've heard that maybe the victim's phone and wallet was stolen from the scene. Is that the case, or
I have not heard anything along those lines.
any charges were made?
The investigation is ongoing. These investigations are very thorough and very long, so that is an ongoing investigation of which I can't comment at the moment.
What's the status of the other driver?
She went to hospital with minor injuries at this stage.
There's no indication or assumption that she's done anything wrong.
The investigation is ongoing. I am not a major crash investigator, and at this point they are piecing the puzzle together. As you would know from some of these scenes, it does take quite a bit to put those pieces of the puzzle together. So